The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...
Ayo Josh, let me get a little bit of reverb. Yeah, J Will. Yeah, I'm about that lifestyle. I talk green work, repping it all over. It's right on the t-shirt. Fan for a lifetime. Yeah, that's a long pass. Figure I would show some love right on the podcast. Turn this up loud and make sure you don't do nothing else. Cause if you're listening to us, then you're improving your health. My name is J Will. Welcome to the show, yeah. Wrestle, flow, yeah.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Wrestling Reverb, the reverb before the Rumble. Nah, that didn't really. That sounded a lot cooler in my head, and I'm like, I'm going to say that, but that doesn't really roll off the tongue that well. Whatever, it is true. It is the reverb before the Rumble. Kev, we were talking about the Rumble just before, but it is Royal Rumble season. We are a mere days away now from the Royal Rumble. Are you ready to get into the Rumble zone? I know we've been getting into the Rumble zone a lot because you and me both have been watching a lot of Rumbles.
Oh my God, yeah, just watched 02 today, watched 1990 the other day for the first time ever, and I really loved it. I thought it was a great Rumble, a Rumble that we don't talk about enough. The star power was absurd.
Yeah, 1990 Rumble, is that Hogan, is that the one where Flair defends? No, that's later, isn't it?
No, Flair defends in the 92, or Flair wins the 92 Rumble.
Right. Is this the
90 is Hogan's first of two back-to-back Rumble wins.
Right, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I could imagine like a lot of like Ultimate Warrior would have been around at that time, yeah.
Ultimate Warrior was in there, Macho Man Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, Ted DiBiase, Dusty Rhodes.
Can I like give you a little bit of a hot take?
Please.
I think old wrestling stinks.
The Rumble is an exception because like the Rumble hasn't really changed too much over the years, except it's gotten more athletic with like near eliminations and stuff. But the basic formula is still there. Watching the undercard though, the 90 Rumble, it was, with the exception of maybe one match, was terrible.
I genuinely do think that. Like if I was, say if you're taking me at this age now and putting me into 1990, I don't think I'd be watching wrestling.
I mean, if I knew what I knew now and went back to 1990, I probably wouldn't either because wrestling's gotten so much more athletic and so much more physical and violent, and that's the kind of stuff I like. I get the storytelling aspect, and you could argue that it was better back then, although I would say it's just as good now. But it's not my main focus when I watch wrestling. I want to watch cool shit when I watch wrestling.
Yeah, when I watch like I've like said a lot that I like entertainment stuff, but when I watch wrestling, I want to watch good wrestling. Like when I'm like focused on
you want the entertainment stuff to be, you want the promos, you want the backstage segments and all that, and you got that in 1990, you get that today, but you just get a better brand of wrestling.
Even though I think that aspect of that is different now. It's like so, like I know wrestling can be very cheesy in a lot of the sense, but it was so cheesy back then. It was more cartoony, obviously, back then than it is now. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I think old wrestling stinks. I'm gonna stick to it.
It's a hot take, but I don't disagree.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably get someone being like, but I respect the history and what people have done for the business. Don't get me wrong. And there's still gems within that. Like, I can go back and watch a lot of old matches and be like, that was really good. However, I mean, overall sense, I think old wrestling stinks. But that's just my opinion. Something else that stinks, before we talk the Royal Rumble, is the I wasn't even going to bring this up, but it's on my forefront of my brain because I feel like I need to say something because I don't say anything because I'm a fairly nice person. But wrestling Twitter this week has been an absolute fucking nightmare, and it's the side of wrestling Twitter that makes me want to go, should I just not tweet anything? Should I just not be on, like, should I just be on Twitter to DM people and, like, chime in on with the people that I want to talk to? Because not even I can avoid people on Twitter. And I'm not talking about, like, I know what you're thinking, Kevin. No, I'm not just talking about that certain person. There's a lot of more to it. But I believe it was even you that, like, quote tweeted me saying that I handle things quite nicely. Yes, I do. I can take a bit of a battering, and I don't mind.
Something to the effect of, this is Josh. Josh handles these Twitter moments with grace and a lot better than I ever do. Everyone should strive to be more like Josh. And I mean that when I say that. I wish I had like the ability to just not say things sometimes, because sometimes I just get, it sticks in my craw a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with just deflecting and being like, whatever. So for anyone that doesn't know, because I did delete the tweet because it was pissing me off, it does still annoy me. I was just going about my business, watching Raw, and of course, the main event is the mixed tag match. And you know who, Kevin, who likes that story more than maybe anybody? Me.
Josh Robinson.
I love that story, and guess what? I have a fucking entitlement to do so. I'm allowed to like that story if I want to. If I just want to watch that story, I'm going to watch it. But I put out a tweet saying, this is a cool main event, I'm into this, and someone tweeted, I'm not going to name any names here, and said, you're an idiot, something along those lines. And then someone else was just like, you need help. And I was just like, okay, I don't usually respond to this, but I'm going to respond. I said, thank you, person that doesn't follow me. I'll definitely listen to what you're saying. And then they started giving gifts, and they made pictures, like, for fuck's sake. Like, if you have that much time on your hands, whatever. Then I got a message from some idiot saying, our favorite word, you're a hypersensitive pussy, and your podcast sucks, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, I have to elaborate here. All the U's were the letter U, and yourself was, of course, spelled URSELF. And, whoa, a giant fucking motorbike just went past my house.
I heard that. Yeah. I thought it was happening.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an earthquake. I'm fine. It was that dude that messaged me. He's coming to my house to beat me up. So I got that message, and then someone else chimed in, which everyone would have seen. Of course, let's run down the story, because this is what actually happened, is that I had enough of being attacked by people online. I wasn't responding at all. People were chiming in for me. Thank you to the people that did. But I was like, it's not worth my time. Of course, block. I get a nice little message, a thing saying, the standard when you get blocked by this person, or you block them, whatever. And then a whole heap of shit after that didn't really involve me went down with said person. It is so draining to go on Twitter and see this, like, at every top of your tweet is just like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, I'm so over this story. Like, it got to the point where the people that were talking about it, and I did a little bit, but nothing crazy. People that were talking about it was like, I almost want to mute you because I'm sick of seeing stuff written about it. Like, not in a nasty way, because they're just sticking up for the right thing, which is great. But it's like, I originally got on Twitter to talk about wrestling, or to talk about, at this point, I talk about whatever. I'm not even allowed to like music without someone chiming in and being like, this is bad. But it's getting to the point where it's like, you can't post anything. You have to be, when you're posting something, have to think in your head like, someone's going to write this, like, somewhere along the way. And it's usually people who don't follow you. But I've just been block button heavy the last month or so. I don't even care anymore. If you annoy me to the point where you're attacking me for an opinion, I'm not talking about having a debate with someone, being polite and being like, I don't agree. Cool. I'll happily talk to you about that all damn day. But if you're just attacking me for liking something that you don't, I'm going to block you. I don't care. Just a disclaimer to anybody. I know I'm ranting a little bit, but it's been on my brain and it's like pissing me off. I'm so nice about things 100% of the time. I'm never a dick to people on Twitter unless it's like openly invited. I'm going to say something, but for the most part, I'm pretty standard, pretty usual. Like, I can deflect any comment, I just ignore. But man, oh man, like, this week has just really tested even my limits. So, I'm just... that culture and that stuff is just, like, not the reason I want to... that's the ugly side of the internet that I just, like, don't want to see. I know it comes with the territory, but it's just, like, back off, honestly. Just let people live. As long as you're not doing anything horrible, like, if you're liking a fucking wrestling storyline, liking a television show, just let them live. Let them do what they want. Don't spew your opinion as fact. Because your opinion is not fact, Kevin. Mine is not fact. Like, it's not fact. It's just an opinion. Just move on with your day.
You literally learn that shit in like first grade English or reading class, language arts class, that facts and opinions are two separate things. And obviously there are people out there who get off on running a gimmick on Twitter, and they get off on being an absolute jackass. And again, I'm not going to name names, but I think everyone knows the implication. It's the side of wrestling Twitter that makes people not respect wrestling fans. They see shit like this and they're like, yep, wrestling fans, a bunch of mouth-breathing booger eaters and bad people. And it sucks because you have people like, with everything that happened this week, you have those sorts of bad people out there, and they don't represent the whole of wrestling Twitter, but to some people they do, and they definitely make themselves heard, which sucks. I wish they would just crawl back into their fucking holes, but they don't. They just love to stir the pot. And there's something to be said about responding to that and, giving into what they want. But sometimes you just have to, and this is 100% my opinion, I handle things differently. Sometimes you have to, could you imagine if no one called out a certain someone for what they did on Twitter?
Yeah, I understand it. I understand the pushing of the buttons and stuff like that, where it's just like, all right, just like, I'm going to say something. That's just, I guess, again, people's opinions on how they respond to things. I'm not saying whether you're right and wrong. I'm just more so going on what I do, and I know you're different.
I've noticed we do handle these things differently.
Yeah,
and I think that's not the worst thing in the world that we handle it differently, because you get two sides of the coin. We will stick up for one another, no doubt. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that I'll be a complete pushover to people. Like, if there's a difference between attacking me on my wrestling opinion, but if you're attacking me as a person, I'm definitely going to stand up for myself. But that doesn't mean, there's a difference between standing up for yourself and responding to these people, and then also going down to their level. There's a difference. Name calling in that is what I just don't understand. It's like, for one person messaging me, you don't know me. I'm pretty open and honest on Twitter, yes, but it's not like you don't know who I am. At the end of the day, I use a fucking Bitmoji as my Twitter profile picture. You don't know who I am, okay? Don't come at me and call me names, whether they're childish or not. I don't care. Don't come at me and call me things when you don't know me. You don't know me. If you want to get to know me. Talk to me on Twitter. Message me. I will happily talk to you. But if you come at me and call me names, I don't care about blocking you. And if you want to call me hypersensitive for using the block button, then maybe you need to look at what that actually means, because you're coming at me. There's a difference between hypersensitivity, because that is a real thing, and then just being an asshole. Okay? Just draw the line somewhere, people. Have some self-respect for yourself, and then have other people's respect, and you'll have fucking, more of an interesting time on Twitter of just being a troll. If you are running a gimmick on Twitter, or you're going around saying you're a heel on Twitter, it's so fucking bogus to me, and it's so it makes my face cringe. It's like, no, thank you. I don't want to have to deal with this. I would rather just block you first, so then I just You can't see what I'm writing. I can't see what you're writing because I just don't want to get. I want to get to know the people like Kevin Carroll. I want to get to know the people like Queen and Conrad and Foul and people like that actually respect one another. That's the wrestling Twitter that I want to get into, and I want to interact with those people, not the morons that go around and
Yeah, and
be an asshole.
it's easy enough to do. You curate your own timeline. It will probably save you a huge headache.
Yep,
Um,
I agree. I agree
I'm
completely.
not. I'm a glutton for punishment, so sometimes I don't use the block button because I sometimes really like to see what people are saying just to see how stupid it is. I like to keep tabs on it. But if it comes down to the fact where I'm being, attacked, and I've noticed that no one has come at me since I went scorched earth that one night.
Yeah, I don't have people coming at me very often unless if you're right about Rusev, Lana, Liv, or Lashley, you're instantly asking for it at this point. But guess what?
That's my problem.
I'm not gonna fucking stop writing about them just because people are gonna come at me. I'm still gonna write about them.
Yeah, that's why I'm not getting any hate is because I'm working during Raw, so I don't get to tweet about Rusev and Lana with as much as I would like to. Maybe I'll just start doing it, even though I'm not watching. I'll just go off of what is being said and just be like, "Wow, great segment, guys," and see if people come down my throat.
Yeah, no joke.
It's
no
like a
fucking
social
joke.
experiment in a way. People probably search Rusev, Lana, Lashley. They search them on Twitter and they see what people are saying and they just troll.
They just go on the Raw hashtag because it's
Yeah.
WWE and people like to complain about WWE.
Yeah.
You know what? But off of that subject onto something much, much happier. Kev, I can't stop watching The Office. You knew that I was probably going to talk about this at some stage.
Yeah, so you're digging it now.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it hard, okay?
I'll tell you, I've never seen the whole show, but I've seen enough of the marathons on Comedy Central to have a pretty good understanding of everything that happens. And I didn't want to say anything because I'm not an expert in the show, but when people were telling you that it gets better after the first season, that's what I've heard too.
Yes, it does.
I've never seen any of the first season episodes.
They suck. I was like, this show is not very good. And everyone's like, just keep the king till middle of season 2 gets better. So I'm like, I'll stick it out because I'm already here. So I did. And I'm in season 3 now. And bitch. It's
season 3 is, and I know this is true because I think you put it on Twitter, you put it on Snapchat or something. But that's when Karen shows up, right?
Ann Perkins.
Yeah.
It's Ann Perkins.
I didn't know her Parks and Rec name, so I just decided to cut that off.
That is Ann Perkins, and you know how much I love Parks and Rec. Oh,
yeah,
baby.
And that's a good storyline too, Karen and Jim.
Yeah, I'm into that, and I'm just really digging the show. It's really good. I can't stop watching it. As soon as I'm done recording, I have probably about 3 hours before I have to go to work. And bitch, I'm watching I'm watching The Office for 3 hours. Once I'm done with The Office, maybe I'll rewatch Parks and Rec for the 15th time. But we'll see.
I gotta find some new shows because I'm rewatching 5 different shows and I can't keep my focus on one of them. And now that I've got the Xbox going and then I got Battlefront 2 on the screen.
Watch Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec is something I've never watched a single episode of Parks and Rec.
Kevin. Oh my god, I'm about to kick you off this fucking show. Kevin.
Fine, I'll go back to playing Battlefront.
You can't come at me like that and just hit me right in the heart. That's oh bitch. No, you need to go and watch Parks and Rec immediately following this. Immediately. There's 7 seasons. Don't watch the first season because it's not great. It's kind of like The Office. It gets really good from the second season. But I mean, if you haven't watched it, go through and watch the first season. But season 4, oh man, that's golden. I could probably recite most of the episodes word for word. I'm not actually kidding.
That's obsessive.
I love that show. Oh my god. Parks and Rec podcast coming soon. So, other than watching The Office, I've been watching a lot of Royal Rumbles, which we mentioned at the start. The Royal Rumble is just a few days away. I'm very, 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 very excited for the Rumble. We've said many times that it's our favorite kind of time. It's our favorite two matches of the year, just because it's so exciting. They're Rumbles, they're fun. We're going to run down the card here because there's actually quite a few matches happening at the Royal Rumble. Well, according to Wikipedia anyway. That's what I just go off of. But
oh, absolutely.
Well, Wikipedia is everything. But
Wikipedia knows all.
I think it's gonna be a fairly decent show just in general. So let's take a look at the matches here as Wikipedia, of course, is being slow to load. Okay, go. All right, so let's talk about the first thing I want to talk about. Of course, is the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, taking on Daniel Bryan in a strap match, mind you, a strap match for the Universal Championship. There hasn't been a strap match on WWE television, I think, since about 2013. Sheamus was involved. I think it was against maybe Big Show. But, man, it's been a long time since I can remember. Like, I don't really remember anything about that strap match. Can you name one strap match that you were like, yeah, this you can remember, I should say?
Well, literally the only one that comes to mind, and I just don't like the stipulation, but I think of the Texas Bull Rope match between JBL and Eddie Guerrero, and I didn't like that match. And
really? I like a good strap. I like strap matches. I think I like the idea of a strap match. Maybe not so much the execution.
I don't like the idea of it. I don't know. Something about it just like doesn't do it for me.
That's fair. I guess it's not for everybody. However, it is the Fiend. It is Daniel Bryan, so I'm sure they'll make something good out of it.
I feel like it's an odd stipulation for this match. I feel
like assume they would have been in a cage.
Yeah, doesn't that make a little bit more sense to be in the cage or to last man standing or something?
I guess Bryan's trying to show he's not afraid of the Fiend, because what do people do when the Fiend comes in? They run. So I mean, maybe it's to be like.
Makes sense, actually. That's pretty. We never know what WWE's thinking, but it actually is a pretty nice little bit of storytelling if that's the case. Keep them close.
Strap match. I get confused with the rules of a strap match because sometimes it's like touch four corners in concession. Do you remember those kind of strap matches?
Yeah, like Cena and Rusev had that sort of match.
Yeah, and then there's strap matches where they're just having a match, but they're attached by a strap. And they pin. So I don't know where they're going with this, because if it's a strap match where they touch four corners, surely they're not going to take the Universal Championship away from the Fiend yet, are they? Having him lose without being pinned?
No. I have a feeling it'll be a pinfall finish because they do both. I just looked it up.
Yeah, they do. I know they've done both. It's just a matter of what they're feeling at the time, I guess. It's a very WWE thing to do. But I would assume that Bray's just going to win. I would assume you're thinking the same thing, is that Fiend's going to retain.
Yeah, you would assume correctly. I can't see Wyatt dropping the belt here. It doesn't make much sense, I don't think. Yeah, as much as I love Daniel Bryan, it's not the right story.
Okay, so on the assumption that Bray retains, or the Fiend retains, do you see Bryan being involved in the Universal Championship picture through Mania?
Yeah. I think that because this match... Oh, damn it. I don't know, actually. It depends on how... It depends. If Wyatt has to drag... If they do the four corner stipulation, Bryan's got a gripe he wasn't pinned. Even though he was... I believe he was pinned at the last pay-per-view.
He was. Well, no, he was pinned at Survivor Series. It was
Survivor Series. Actually, then I'm gonna do a little 180. If he loses here, like, why would he possibly be in contention for the belt at WrestleMania? Unless he wins the Rumble.
I mean, yeah, there is always that thing of Bryan could be in the Rumble and then
could be number 30.
Who fucking knows? I think somewhere along the way, Roman is going to be involved in this, which I'll explain why a little bit later. But all in all, we agree. Bray is retaining here.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay, so next up we have Becky Lynch and Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Before we talk about that match, NXT has made a little bit of noise with a lot of people online because, again, the internet is fucked. They've removed the word women's from the NXT Women's Championship. It's now just the NXT Championship, and a lot of people are like, this is stupid. How are we going to know the difference? It's not, like, it's just taking away the word women. It's dumb, it's dumb, it's dumb. I've said this to you so many times, Kevin. That is the next step of everything, is taking away the word women's from thing. This is, like, I hate when they announce a match and they're walking to the ring and it's like, here comes Becky Lynch and this is a women's division match. No, it's just a wrestling match that happens to involve women. It's not a big deal. Like, stop making it different from the men. I think this is a step in the right direction. I put out a tweet. Of course, people were like, yeah, but they're not equal this, they're not... It's a step. It's not true equality yet within the industry, but it's a step. Taking away the word women's. It's the NXT Championship. It's 2 NXT Championships. One just happens to be for women. One just happens to be for men. They're separate things, but they mean equal now. That is the true sign of equality.
Like,
a step to equality.
If you're confused by, like, if you're going to be confused between Rhea Ripley and Adam Cole, then you're not confused. You're just probably misogynist. What's like it really? They're both world champions. That's
yes.
This is about taking the women's championship to that world championship level.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with it at all.
Why? Like, when people are like, it's just confusing to me that they both called the NXT Championship. It's like, hello. I'm pretty certain you can tell that Rhea Ripley is a woman and Adam Cole is a man. I don't see the problem here. Everyone's like, well, they can just go for either. It's like, no. It is still the NXT Championship that happens to be wrestled for by men and one wrestled for by women.
Yeah, they're not eradicating the women. They're making the women's division equal.
Yes, taking away the words women. If you really want to really be, like, fussy about it, okay, why can't we start calling it the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Men's Championship? That would make people fucking mad, wouldn't it? Just take out the word women's. Yeah. It's just, why don't they start calling it the NXT World Championship and then the NXT Championship? And the NXT Championship is just wrestled for by women and the men's...
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. The next thing is now, are they going to do this on the main roster? Are they going to take away the word women's from the 2 women's championships? Who knows? That'll be the next step whenever that decides to happen. But I'm glad they're doing this. Becky Lynch said, taking away the word women's is the next thing that we need to do. She said that on Backstage, and I'm happy that, like, we're getting that. And everyone's just going to complain. I'm not going to get into arguments with people on Twitter over it. I put out my thing. I muted my tweet because people are like, it's confusing. Like, what are they going to call it? It's just the NXT Women's Championship. Yes, you're entitled to an opinion, and no, I don't agree that it's true equality yet within the industry. There's more things like having better creative for women, especially on the main roster. Although that's slightly changing. Utilizing more of women throughout the show, equal pay, everything like that. But it's a step in the right direction. That's all I'm going to say on that. We have got a really cool match, speaking of good creative for the women. Becky Lynch and Asuka has a very simple story, and it's worked tremendously.
It's been so good. This has been the main story I've been following.
Me too.
It's from my computer desk. Obviously, I love Becky Lynch. And Asuka is the perfect foil for her. They've been telling this story for a year now. Asuka, over a year, really. You go back to even, like, TLC of 2018. Asuka just has Becky's number. It is simple. You're right, and it's effective. And now it's like, does Asuka has Becky's number? Is it going to continue, or is Becky going to get that win? I genuinely think this can go either way. I don't think this is as cut and dry as some people think.
I don't either, because people are so focused on Becky and whoever at WrestleMania, so they're just looking straight past this match. Last year at the Royal Rumble, we had an absolute banger of a match between Asuka and Becky, and Becky tapped out. Becky tapped out to Asuka. It wasn't just like a fluke win. Asuka beat Becky. And now Becky has gone through and has had a magical year, a year and a half, of just beating everybody. She's beat everybody there is to, including the unbeatable Ronda Rousey. She has defeated everybody except Asuka. That's
Asuka.
The literal debt that she has to collect. Now, this story has been very much like Becky's focus on Asuka is like, they don't want me to fight you because I'm drawing money. I'm the star. I'm the man now. Like, they're protecting me. And now it's flipped in the last few weeks of has Becky played right into what she wanted all along, was for Asuka to be drawn in so she can beat? Is she overlooking Becky? Also, another thing I like about this story is that they're really selling the mist. They're making the mist, the green mist, dangerous. Like when Becky got sprayed in the face by Asuka with the mist and she went down, she was selling it like, this fucking hurts. Like, this is bad. Like, that is the draw to Asuka at the moment, is that can strike at any time. She's got Kairi Sane down in the at ringside. She has a lot of obstacles. Becky has a lot of obstacles to get over, to get past, to get through in order to retain her championship. Now, while my pick is Becky to win if I was put money on it, I want Asuka to win this match because I want to see the Becky of old. I want to see that Becky, that fire that we had with Becky, that she is against the system kind of Becky. Because while they've tried to recapture that a little bit, it's hard when you're so dominant. When you're really defeating everybody, it's hard to have that spark where you're like, down with the power and stuff like that. And it's like, you can't really do that. When you've been champion for this long and you're on the posters, you're on the television shows and you're on the appearances, like, you can't do that as much. Like, yes, there's still elements of it there, but I want Asuka to do this because I would like the chase for WrestleMania to be Becky, and this year I'd like the chase for Becky to be a little bit more simple. Not so many twists and turns like last year.
Last year's was a bit convoluted for my taste. They
Jesus
threw
Christ.
a lot of wrenches in there.
One
this year
too
they
many.
could,
Just, three, four too many.
It came to a good fruition.
We got what we wanted. It wasn't a bad story by any sense of the word. I see what they were trying to do.
They took the very, very scenic route to get there.
Yeah, and it's just like, it was unnecessary. But it got to where it needed to get, and it was still fine. It was still a huge moment. But that's what I'd like this year. Imagine that dominant heel Asuka as champion going into WrestleMania, and it's a little bit of sense of redemption for Asuka, who had that championship and then it was kind of just like ripped away in a sense to make the main event bigger.
That still doesn't sit well with me.
But nonetheless, whatever the result is, this match is probably going to be very fucking good. I hope they open the show again, like last year. They opened the show and it was a great first match of the pay-per-view last year, and I hope they do the same this year. I have no doubt that they're gonna go out with the intention of stealing the show. My money's on Becky. If you're a betting man, who are you putting money on here?
Becky. I think that as much as I hate to look past this match, I think that WWE is in fact doing that, looking past this match to Mania. I think they have it penciled in that Becky Lynch gets her win back. It's a big stage, so it's a good place for her to get that win,
Yep. I can't debate that. It's just it's gonna be a good match. I think we're gonna have fun with that one.
Two top tier wrestlers wrestling. It's it's simple.
You can't hate it. We have got another stipulation match at the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns and King Corbin will be going 1-on-1 in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, I know their TLC match was a little it was a little meh. And it was a little this feud has been, in my opinion, fine, but very overbooked. There's so many people involved.
This one I fell out on, honestly. I don't know where they're at right now. I don't know why this feud
honestly,
needed to
they're
continue.
in the same spot they were in since TLC, except this time now the Usos are involved, and it's just like,
well, that's fun.
I guess Roman's just trying to get a win back here because King Corbin did beat Roman Reigns. I think this is just going to be Roman beat the crap out of Corbin kind of night. To be honest, it's Falls Count Anywhere.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I love the Falls Count Anywhere.
Me too. Roman doesn't have bad matches. Like, he doesn't have bad stinkers. Like, he's had some but he doesn't have stinkers. And he goes out with the intention that he's doing what he's been told to do. And he's very good at what he does. Everyone that wrestles Roman always really puts him over and says, like, he's one of my favorite people to be in the ring with. I think Jericho said that on multiple occasions. There's others as well, but he just comes to my brain. And Roman is very good at what he does. Yes, he can rub people the wrong way. And sometimes even I'm just like, oh, here we go, it's Roman. But I know that Roman sells, and I know that Roman draws a lot of money, which really, at the end of the day, is all that really matters for a business. So I think Roman has to win here. I don't think Corbin's going to get a win on a big pay-per-view over Roman. I just don't see it happening. Roman beats Corbin in what should be a fun match.
Yeah, I like Roman. I think it'll be fun. I think they're going to be all over the building, which they kind of have to. You're in a baseball stadium. You only get to do this sort of show once a year. I think this is it's a unique set. I think this would be a great opportunity for them to utilize the set and just put on a hell of a match. Reigns wins. Corbin could lose and lose and lose, and it's not going to hurt his character because that's the point.
Yeah. Corbin is a heel that loses and it doesn't matter. Pretty much.
Yeah. Heels are supposed to lose at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I would hope that this is the end of that program because it's run.
Yeah, I hope so.
Long.
It has gone on too long. Like, I didn't really even know this was still going on, and that's an indictment I think of it. It's gone on too long.
Way too long. Moving on, Shorty G will be taking on Sheamus.
What?
Didn't you know that? It got announced on SmackDown last week.
They still call him Shorty G?
They do. Sheamus come back and he doesn't like Shorty G because he's little. That's pretty much everything.
My God.
That's pretty much the story. I'm not even actually kidding. I'm not underselling.
Not only does Shorty G deserve better, being that he's such a man of incredible caliber, Sheamus deserves a better comeback storyline than just I'm big, you're small, I don't like you. Like
that's
Sheamus
literally it. He couldn't find him in a backstage promo last week because he didn't look down low enough.
That's just like not what Sheamus is should be doing at this stage of his career.
It's not what anyone should be doing. But I'm not even going to comment on it too much more than other saying Sheamus wins. And Kevin, do you agree?
Yeah, Sheamus is going to maul him. I don't think they have any direction for Shorty G, and they always have something for Sheamus.
Okay, great. Let's move on. The United States Championship will be on the line. Andrade, who had I'm going to just say, for a lack of a better term, wild ladder match on Raw.
I watched the match. I went back and I watched it because I saw the tweets and to sort of go off of the way you're putting it, no one was like, wow, this match was amazing. People were like, wow, that match was wild.
It was wild because it was good, don't get me wrong, but there was a few spots that were very close to being horrific on Ray's part. That spot, you know what I'm talking about, where he's dangling from the belt and then fell, and then his head.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of me at this stage in the game that I really want to see Ray taking these kind of bumps. I don't like Ray's great, and Ray can still perform at a very high level. I get that, and I know I'm treading very, very lightly here with you because I know you love Ray, but I'm not discrediting Ray because Ray is great. I do really like Rey Mysterio, but there's not a lot of part of me that wants to see him, go through a ladder. I want to see Ray just wrestle for as long as he possibly can till he's done at a nice level without dying.
I agree 100%. This took years off my life. I don't want to see Ray get hurt. He's had such an injury history.
Yeah.
He shook that. Like, he hasn't really been, well, yeah, with the exception of the Joe feud where he was a little hurt. He just hasn't been dinged up as much as he used to be. And you can credit that to him being in probably the best shape of his career.
Yeah, he really is.
That doesn't mean he's at a place where he should be going through ladders head first. That was so scary.
That spot was don't get me wrong, I'm a wrestling fan. That spot was wild and I was losing my brain. But that spot out of all of them, the ending was the one I cringed at the least. There was one where
it went through clean. It looked good, and obviously Andrade protected him.
Yeah, Andrade took most of that spot anyway. Well, in my opinion, but I'm talking about the dangling and the one where he did the sunset flip and Andrade, and then he landed, and I was like, oh boy. But there was just a few things on there that, again, not a bad match by any sense of the word. It was a lot of fun. It was just there was some things I was like, oh wow. I really did enjoy it. But at the end of that match, what I'm getting to my point is that, man, dimples and all, Humberto's back. I don't know. I'm saying this nicely, but why should I care about Humberto? I just don't. I don't think anyone does. Like, he doesn't get the love that I think they're trying to get on him. It just doesn't, there's something not there for me with him. I don't know what it is about him, because he's good in the ring and stuff. It's not like he's bad at all. There's just thing that I'm just like, I don't know, man. I just don't care enough about Humberto. I just want Andrade to just win.
I'm going to say this about Humberto Carrillo. If you'll recall, we did a little show with the Headlock Talk Boys, the best of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And in the course of that show, we were debating who had the better year, who was the guy in 2019, Will Ospreay or Adam Cole. And you said something to the effect of like, Will Ospreay, he's great, but he does some unnecessary things in the ring. Is that fair to say? Is that I'm not putting words in your mouth?
No, you're not putting words in my mouth at all.
That's Carrillo to me. He does he's flashy, but it's like unnecessary flash to me. Like, I don't think he does things to win matches. I think he does things to look good. And it's not anything we haven't seen before, so I'm not like, wow. I'm not blown away.
Yeah,
He's got no character, so like I don't care about him at all.
Yeah, it's just like whatever. He is fighting Andrade for the United States Championship. I would assume this will probably get moved to the kickoff. Or Sheamus and Shorty G might, but one of them will probably be on the kickoff. WWE are smart with the kickoff matches now, because people complain about anything. It's like, why is this on the kickoff? They don't announce it until right at the showtime. They usually announce it during the kickoff or just a couple hours before the kickoff. They're like, this is going to be on the kickoff, which is smart by them. But I think this probably will be on the kickoff, if not Sheamus and Shorty G, or both. There's a 2-hour kickoff, I'm assuming, for Royal Rumble.
So they should put both on there. Their Shorty G Sheamus should be on there.
More time to the Rumble matches. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. They can go for as long as they necessarily please with those two matches. And to be honest, like, yes, it's probably a 4-hour show, 5-hour show. That's 2 hours or maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes of each of those are dedicated. 1 hour and 10 minutes of 2 hours and 20 altogether.
I know what you're trying to say.
Fuck me, man. Like, I've been awake for like an hour. You get what I mean. But 2 hours of the show is dedicated to the Royal Rumble matches. So, you know what I mean? Like, give them as much time as necessarily possible. That's not including promos and entrances and everything like that. So, by all means, give as much time as that to them as possible. But I don't see Humberto winning the United States Championship. Well, you wouldn't think. I think Andrade is going to keep it.
I can definitely see it.
Don't say that. Don't say that, because now it will fucking happen.
They're invested in him. It's clear they're invested in him. And hopefully they're invested in Andrade to a higher level. So I could definitely see it.
I just, you know what? This match will probably actually be really good. To be completely honest, I couldn't see it being bad. But yeah, I'm going Andrade.
I'm going Andrade too, because what, Carrillo's beaten him like twice before, right?
Possibly. Again,
I watch him at least once. I know that.
I watch Raw every week, but if Humberto's on the screen, I'm not really paying that much attention.
Yeah, I don't think Andrade is beating Carrillo is the point I'm trying to make, which means he's going to beat him on a big stage. This is it.
Okay, well, it'll be fine, I'm sure. Last singles match of the night before we talk about the Royal Rumbles is, of course, Bayley defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Lacey Evans. I've been a huge advocate of Lacey Evans basically since she came up to the main roster. Well, even before that with NXT. But her we know. Her babyface turn is something that I was like, is this gonna work? And then I'm like, wow, she's low-key kind of a better babyface than she is a heel, in my opinion. I think she's very good. I think it's short-term. I don't think she's going to be a babyface for a long, long time before she gets back into heel mode, because she is still a great heel. But they've done it really organically, which is not something that WWE do well that often. But when they do it, they sure do it well. I think this has been a very natural, organic turn. Military, mother...
Yeah,
don't mess with my daughter. Like, I've liked it. I can't really say that.
Lacey is that she's got that military background. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's got like all these great babyface characteristics about her. They just know when to tweak the other stuff.
Yeah, it's like she's still the same character essentially. She's just a little
playing
bit
up other traits.
Yeah, and she's like not as so much as like pompous. Is that lack of a better term? Not so like
Yeah, she's a bit more gracious.
yeah, a little bit more. You can't really hate someone that's just defending their 7-year-old daughter or 5-year-old daughter, however old Summer is. By the way, Summer has got a mean little mug on her. She was when Sasha Banks got in her face. Damn, Summer was like growling almost. I was like,
Tough like her mama.
yeah, well, she was on the bump, Summer and Lacey, and they asked Summer what she wants to be when she grows up, and she said a wrestler. So, and then she ate corn dogs. I'm not actually kidding. That show is fucking amazing. I love the bump.
I know you love the bump.
Yeah, I love the bump. But yeah, she ate corn dogs. It was lit. But Lacey did get a win over Bailey like last week on SmackDown. Women's right, kaboom. That move is weirdly getting over with me. I don't know why. I know that we've both been like a punch as a finish is kind of like eh. But it's getting over with me because people are selling the shit out of it. I guess you could get anything over if people sell it well enough. But it's kind of at that point where the women's right ends a match. Like, not too many people kick out of that. Maybe Becky, but other than that, nobody. But I think, well, we've seen Bailey and Lacey have matches in the past, and they've been actually quite decent. I think with a little bit of time and love, I think they could have a decent match. Now, I probably would say that Bailey will retain.
Bailey will retain with some shenanigans.
You think, well, yeah, I guess Banks will be involved in some way. What about if we get a
I
Summer
feel like
run in?
I feel like the feud has been Sasha and Lacey.
Yes and no. I could see the why you would say that, but Bailey's been right there.
Oh yeah, I mean Sasha and Bailey do everything together. They're best friends.
Yeah, they're kind of annoying.
But I think Bailey's gonna hold the belt a little while longer, at least. And we'll probably talk about that more.
Yeah. What about if we get a nice little Summer run in and Summer screws Bailey over, takes down Sasha Banks, hits Sasha Banks with the women's right, and then Lacey pins Bailey to win the women's championship, and then Summer and Lacey become the women's tag team champions, and they go into the main event of WrestleMania where it's winner take all against Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Yeah?
How old is Summer?
I'm not sure. She's like old enough. Sure.
Hey man, if Nicholas could do it.
If Nicholas can do it, then Summer can do it. Summer's got wrestling in her blood, I guess.
Yeah.
I just booked Mania for you guys, Vince. If you're listening, feel free to use that. Oh, he does every week. He always tells me in the DMs. But he can take that. Stephanie and Triple H, of course, will go over at WrestleMania because, hello, they're not gonna
yeah,
come on. And then yeah, Stephanie will just hold all the championships. You thought you hated Shane, guys? Oh boy. Anyway, I don't think Lacey will win in the short term. I think Bailey's gonna win here. I don't really have anything else to say on that because I want to talk about the Rumbles. Let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble first because there is only still 4 announced competitors. I'm sure maybe they'll get more on the on SmackDown, but they haven't put a lot of love into the Women's Royal Rumble. However, sometimes that can work in your favor because like last year, I think the Women's Royal Rumble match was better than the Men's Royal Rumble match last year. And I think it could very well be the same. I expect Charlotte Flair to be number 1 because I expect her to be an Iron Woman and go close to home. I don't think she's going to win, but I think she's going to be very much down near the end because it's Charlotte Flair and she's Charlotte Flair. So I expect her to be like number 1 or number 2 very early on. But the other announced competitors are Sarah Logan, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross. So, I mean, not a lot of love towards the build this year. Whatever. I mean, I'm still very much excited for it. I wish it got a lot more love, but they'll kill it. They always do. I expecting probably a lot of NXT presence because I am. I mean,
yeah, I'm expecting a mix because I mean, 2018 the story was the Legends coming back. 2019 the story
Molly
was the
Holly Legends. Yes.
Yeah, I expect this is going to be more of a traditional mix of those two.
I hope so.
And I think there's going to be some interesting names in there. I think we'll see some different NXT names than we've seen last year. I think that we'll see some different legends than we haven't seen.
Victoria.
I think Victoria is a candidate. I think Layla is a candidate.
Layla, okay.
That we haven't seen.
Caitlyn?
Caitlyn, very, very well. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Caitlyn? I'd be down to Eve Torres.
You know, one name, this isn't a legend, but I was filling out a little pool for our friends at Wednesday Night Wallop. Check them out if you haven't. And in there, you know, it was like your standard thing, like who's gonna win, who's gonna be number 2, number 15, number 30, and who's gonna be the Iron Man, Iron Woman, stuff like that. My Iron Woman, a returner. I think Ruby Riott is gonna be in this Rumble.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Ruby the other day. Nia.
And I think she's going to have a star-making performance.
Ruby is someone that has so much damn potential, and she's so different from everybody else. Not just with her look, but the way she actually works. She works really differently. Nia, I think Nia will probably be in this Rumble, and guess what? She's going to get a big reaction, and people are going to complain about her. I like Nia Jax.
I hope she's in the men's Rumble again. That'd actually be the funniest.
That was such a cool moment that I don't.
That was such an off the wall surprise. Like you can't look at me and say, "Oh, I expected Nia Jax to be number 30 in the men's Rumble and to eliminate Mustafa Ali."
And like she kicks some ass, and then she got 619.
She got her ass kicked.
And I love that. That's equality right there. That's showing that she can come in, kick some ass, get her ass whooped. It does not matter. She was in there to win. And she had that goal. Like, I just really like that moment. But
and it took 3 finishers to get her out of the ring. I don't understate that. That's crazy.
It's not just like she was thrown out. Like she was taken out by 2 of the 3 surefire Hall of Famers: Ziggler, Randy, and Rey Mysterio. That's nothing to understate. Nia I would like to see Nia in there. Mickie James is someone that we could probably see come back too.
Yeah, I mean,
she was injured, so maybe she's ready. I don't know. Winner at the end of the day I have 2, but I'm gonna lean into one because I think you're gonna say the other. I'm gonna say Shayna Baszler, but I also had Sasha as one. So
I was gonna say Shayna Baszler as well.
I thought you were gonna go Sasha Banks, but
no, I think we get Sasha Bailey, but I think it happens a different way.
Yeah, I think this is the easiest route to get Baszler to Becky.
Yeah,
which I'm fine with because it's kind of a self-written story. You beat Ronda.
Easy way to make Shayna a star to win the Rumble.
Yeah, good. You can't really ask for a better debut, and not only that, you know. Shayna and Becky, I don't know. I have very mixed feelings, not on the build, not on the story, it all writes itself, but the actual match itself. Because Shayna's great, and I like the way Shayna Baszler wrestles. Some people say it's boring, I don't. I think it's a very different style of wrestling, it's very very calculated. However, Becky works... okay, I'm trying not to sound like an asshole. Becky, I don't think Becky's the best worker they have. She's the biggest and she's the best in terms of like star appeal, bar none at the moment, but I don't think Becky has great matches with everybody.
I don't think she's had a bad match with anybody.
No, she doesn't have bad matches, that's not what I'm saying. She has good matches with most, a little bit. But she doesn't have great matches with everybody. She's not that type of...
I think she's sound. I think she's very technically sound. Like, you know, she's not going to go out and flash and dash and wow you.
But that's what Shayna Baszler needs. Shayna works best with people that are flashy.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise you. I see what you're saying.
No. Yeah.
We just haven't, we haven't seen this matchup yet. We don't know.
And I'm not being like, this is going to suck at all. I'm just have mixed feelings on it. Go out and show me that it's something different. Because Shayna beating Becky is the way to go here, I think. Shayna ending that kind of fairy tale.
Yeah, so what?
And again, getting Becky some of that oomph that she desperately, I think, needs. I don't think she's lost it, but there's something missing, and she needs that. And I think the championship is what... The chase is always better than the actual goal. It's always better. The journey is better than anything. So I just want to get that back a little bit, because Shayna beating Becky opens up so many possibilities. Not only just for Shayna and Becky, but for Shayna and so many people. So, I'm going Shayna Baszler, but I guess my runner-up pick, not runner-up, but you know what I mean, like my other pick would be Banks. Because I could easily see them going down that route. Easily.
I'm putting all my chips on Shayna Baszler.
Do you think she's number 30?
No.
You don't? I
No.
do. I think she's going to be number 30. I think Charlotte Flair starts, and I think Shayna Baszler's 30. Who's your number 1 then?
I think Charlotte's probably gonna be number 1. I think maybe Natalya. She was an Iron Woman last year. She's like a really good candidate for that role. She's probably gonna enter early. You got to assume she's gonna be in there.
Well, Natty would have to be in it.
I think Bliss might be 30.
Bliss? Unless it's Ronda. I mean, that was the thing we talked about last week, is that Ronda Rousey would throw a giant fucking spanner in the works.
That makes everything so different, because if Ronda enters, Ronda's winning.
There's no way that Ronda doesn't win. There's
only one spot for Ronda to enter from, and it is 30.
Yeah, you don't have Ronda entering at anything else.
Ronda enters at number 14.
It's like, oh, okay. Who knows? Charlotte, I think, is... If I'm going to put my money on anything, Charlotte's going to be number 1. Because Charlotte is not winning this year. Although I say that and then Charlotte would just win. But I don't think Charlotte's going to win this year. And I think it just showcases Charlotte in the best way. Because Charlotte Flair has lost something. She said in an interview, she goes, I'm one of the biggest stars in the within the women's... Well, I think she said in the company. I'm one of the biggest stars in the company. But the problem is my ratio to wins to losses, because I'm used so often, is so bad. Because I lose more than any other woman. And I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of true. You probably do lose the most because you're used the most, but you don't win. When Charlotte Flair doesn't really win anymore. And it's taken that appeal of Charlotte Flair away. Charlotte needs something. Because I think at Mania, Charlotte is going to be going for the women's tag team titles. Maybe with Natty or someone like that, but I think Charlotte wins the tag titles at Mania. Because they need Charlotte in a spot where she's on top again. Because it's a Flair thing. I don't know. But Charlotte is my money
to
for
win belts. That's the story they've written for her, is that she's a champion.
Yeah. And it's weird without seeing Charlotte with a title, to be completely honest. Some people don't like Charlotte Flair. She gets a lot of crap, but I really like Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is very, very good at what she does. Very good.
I think she's the best women's wrestler they have. I think she's one of the best wrestlers they have.
I think she's she's probably the all-round best female worker I've ever seen.
Yeah, I give you that. Her mic skills are impressive. Her ring skill, her technical ring skills are probably unmatched. And she can take to the skies.
She's a star. You look at her and she's a star.
Differently.
And like, you remember last year in the Rumble when I think she came out at like number 13 or 14, and her music hit, and I was like, here we go. Here we fucking go. It just had a different energy to nearly everybody else.
It's the way you feel when like a Roman Reigns music hits, or a Cena's music.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Polarizing as all fuck. She is polarizing, but
yeah, she's achieved that level of success to be polarizing.
And she's not a heel or a face. She's just Charlotte Flair. She fits into her own bubble, and I like that. But I think Charlotte number 1. Shayna is winning. That would be my pick for that. I think it's going to be a fun Rumble. It's Rumbles, so there's always a few surprises. And hey, let's get some shine on some NXT stars as well, because I hope to see, like you said, some other NXT stars. Maybe like, I don't know, like a Chelsea Green or someone different. Not just the standard.
I think Deonna Purrazzo is going to be in the Rumble, and that's going to make me really happy.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo's one. I'd like to see, like, I don't know, it's just different stars. You know, I'd like to see Bianca in there. I want to see Bianca mix it up in a Rumble. Like,
I mean, her last NXT match could be take over Portland.
You never know. You never know. A lot of fun. Before we talk about the men's Royal Rumble, Worlds Collide is also happening. Unfortunately, it's Australia Day on Sunday, so Sunday is when I watch Worlds Collide, of course, because I'm a day ahead. So it is Australia Day. I'm working and then going to be drunk, because Australia, fuck yeah. So I won't be watching Worlds Collide. So I'll probably watch Worlds Collide after the Rumble, which is all kinds of mucked up. But it's not really the biggest of deals. Because it's just, Worlds Collide is about the wrestling more so than anything. So I can just watch it for the wrestling. It doesn't really matter if I know the results, but there's a lot of good stuff happening at that. I know DIY and Mustache Mountain is something that I have to watch. I might even watch it when drunk.
Absolute instant classic.
Watching that drunk would be a fucking whirlwind. Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley, they have a lot of history. There's no way Rhea Ripley is losing to Tony Storm. That's just not happening. But nonetheless, the whole show should be a lot of fun. Did you see that video going around on Twitter of Adam Cole getting chopped by Walter?
Yeah, he flipped. Literally turns him inside out with a chop.
My God.
That match, I think, is going to be... obviously, it's going to be good. I think it's intriguing because I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, it's like...
What stable do they value more? On the one hand, Undisputed Era is established, and they've been dominant. It'd be a good way to sort of bookmark their dominance. On the other hand, Imperium, I think... I'm picking Imperium.
Yeah, I'd probably go... I don't know. That's a really hard match to pick. That's probably the hardest match to pick of the entire weekend.
Probably.
Like, it's so... I'm just so, like, whoa, confused on, like... Not confused in a bad way, just like, where is my mind at for that? But yeah, Worlds Collide is going to be a lot of fun, so I hope everyone enjoys that as well. Not understating, it's just... Rumble is huge, and we still got to talk about the Men's Royal Rumble, which I guess we'll talk about now. There's... I believe there's 17 people announced for the Men's Royal Rumble. Roughly, yes. So, we have Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles, Eric Rowan, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Elias, King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Otis, Tucker, Rusev, Bobby Lashley, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Braun Strowman, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston, Big E, and R-Truth. So there's 23 people announced for the Rumble, for the Men's Royal Rumble. So, I'm excited for, obviously just because it's the Rumble and it's going to be fun. However, while I think one thing in my head, I just think Roman. There is other ways for Roman to get to the Universal Championship at Mania. He doesn't necessarily have to win the Rumble. Is there a part of your brain that's like, it's not Roman, it's going to be somebody else? I know you said Kevin Owens last week. I don't know. The good thing about the Rumble is that there is 30 different options.
Josh, I want you to write this down. In your boldest pen.
Okay.
Roman Reigns is not winning the Royal Rumble.
Okay. Please explain.
Roman Reigns will not win 2 matches in one night. And I don't see him losing to Corbin. And I just can't see him winning a match, then entering the Rumble and winning that match. It just doesn't add up to me. Plus, I think that they want you to believe Roman Reigns is going to win the Rumble. He's not. Mm-hmm. Kevin Owens is not going to win the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. I've had a change of heart. Mm-hmm. Call me crazy. But this is another reason why I think that Shayna Baszler won't enter at 30. Because I think the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble is entering at 30. And his name is John Cena.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
He's coming back. The more I think about it, the more I believe it to be true. Cena Lesnar at WrestleMania.
My instant reaction was not to hate that. So that's a good sign. I don't hate that.
Hate it or not.
No, I don't hate it. It'd certainly get a big reaction.
Yeah. Oh my God. And at this point in Cena's career, he's gonna get cheered. He's gonna get cheered like crazy if he comes back.
Do you think Cena and Lesnar would be something well received at Mania?
Yes.
I don't know.
And could you imagine if Cena takes number 17 off of... They takes the belt off of Lesnar at WrestleMania, number 17, breaks Ric Flair's record. All the pieces are there. They just have to pull the trigger.
I'm not gonna say that I hate it, because I certainly don't hate it at all. I could see that. I can close my eyes and I can vision. I can be like, okay. So is Lesnar already eliminated at this point?
I think, okay, here's how I would book it if I were in charge. Because they're having the Saudi show in February, right?
Apparently, yeah.
That's like the buzz.
Yeah.
I think Lesnar will be out by then because Cain Velasquez is going to eliminate him.
So they do Kane and and Brock
I
at
think
the
maybe
Saudi.
Kane and Brock again at the Saudi show, and I think it's a better match. But I think their first match was one of the worst matches I've ever seen in my life. But I think Brock wins again, and I think that. So I think
Cena.
Brock's out by then.
Cena and Lesnar. Huh. I didn't honestly. It didn't cross into my mind. So you have taken me kind of through the loop there. Okay. I think I could get behind that. Now it makes me really think, is Roman going to win? So I've been pretty certain that Roman's going to win. I know it sounds a very cliche thing to say, but I tried just to be honest, not to just be something different, but that's really thrown me through a little.
I don't want to go the easy. I genuinely don't think Roman Reigns will win the Rumble. I don't think.
That's fair. No, I understand that.
But I want to go bold. I want to go big and brash with my pick.
All right.
I genuinely have talked myself into this.
Okay. If you're going to go bold, number 2 in the Royal Rumble is going to be R-Truth.
That could be.
R-Truth and Brock Lesnar. That after that little thing, and the crowd will be going fucking nuts for R-Truth, and he's nearly going to eliminate Brock, and that place
He's
is going to
toss him over, but Brock's going to hold on.
Yeah, and then Brock's going to destroy him and throw him out, and everyone will be crushed. R-Truth is consistently the most over person in the company. I say that proudly.
He gets a reaction every time. People love R-Truth. I love R-Truth. What's not to love about him?
He is a goofball, and he's just so great. That segment on Raw with Brock Lesnar a couple of weeks ago was magic. I loved every minute of it, because R-Truth is just a complete and utter idiot, and it works perfectly for him. And Brock Lesnar throwing out R-Truth, Cena can avenge as the childhood hero of
His
R-Truth.
childhood, it's just... It's Truth's childhood hero.
All right, I'm on board. Cena. Yep. Okay, I'm on board for that now. Yep, 100%. Sign me the fuck up.
Yes.
I'm down. You converted me. But all right, if you're gonna say Cena's winning, I say R-Truth is gonna be number 2. Let's see if they both come true. Both come true.
Oh man, if they do, we have to play a lottery ticket or something.
Yeah, I'll buy fucking 4. Okay, well. I'm very excited for the Royal Rumble. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun. Like I've always said, I've always made this statement, even a shit Rumble is still a Rumble, and they're still fun.
Yeah. I don't think there's ever been a bad Rumble.
There have been some duds. There's been bad Rumbles, but they're still Rumbles, so they're still better than the average.
I still wouldn't call them... I would not call any Rumble bad. There are duds.
Except for the 2012 one.
99 was a dud.
2012 was so bad. Oh my god.
2011 also kind of... It wasn't that it was bad. It was just so long.
Yeah. And I don't count the Saudi shows as Rumble. That doesn't
count.
No,
that doesn't count because Rey Mysterio's record is still intact.
Yeah, that doesn't count at all. It doesn't count. Scratch that off. I'm excited though. We see that promo that makes me so freaking happy. How many days into WrestleMania? I'm so damn excited. I have been gearing up a little bit late. This last 2 weeks, I've watched a lot of Rumbles, and I've started to see stuff come up on my YouTube, and then I'm like, ooh, a WrestleMania hype promo, and it's like the old promos, like My Way,
My Way's you have to go with My Way.
My Way, and then there's the Daniel Bryan Monster one.
Good one.
The Kofi one is really good.
From that same WrestleMania, the Legacy one with Cena and Wyatt.
Cena Rock for 29, beautiful promo. I like when they use different kind of music too. WrestleMania promos are always really good. There's actually really good ones from last year as well, if you go back and watch. But I've been watching those. It's very underrated how much that puts into a match. I love watching. I live for that stuff in wrestling. It's like a good hype video package. Do you remember the one? You may have not even been watching wrestling at this point. You may have tapped out a little bit. Do you remember when Nexus were going against Cena and he was going to get fired? Were you watching at that point?
Yeah, I was still watching around that point.
Yeah, and that there was a free or fired match where he was the ref, and there was like a promo leading up to that, and it was brilliant. Up to that Survivor Series, TLC, whatever show it was. It was really, really good. I just like a good wrestling promo, and Mania always brings out the good ones, so I'm excited for that. Man, I just get really excited in Mania time. I'm smiling ear to ear at the moment, if you probably know, but I'm just really genuinely so excited for the Mania this year. More so than last year. I feel it this year. I'm like, it's Mania time, you know? Let's gear up. Let's start our cars and start driving, because Mania's around the
We're on
corner.
the road, baby.
I'm so excited. Rumble starts it all off. I'm super excited to watch the Rumble. I will be watching it live, praying that I won't be hungover from Australia Day. It's Australia Day, it's like a holiday on Monday because it falls on a Sunday, so we get the holiday on the Monday, and people will be here. I'm ready. I'm here. I don't have work. I'm just ready to watch the Rumble. So I'll be flying the Australian flag on Sunday. Then on Monday I'll be eating a lot of food with some friends, and I'll be ready to watch the Rumble. My recently engaged sister will be here with me. She just got engaged.
Wow, congratulations. I did know that, though. You did tell us.
Yes, I put it on Twitter, so I'll say it on here as well, because she's the only family member of my family. That's a weird way to say that. That she actually genuinely listens to this show every week. So support from Shaylee. So I'll give her support back. She is very excited. She's already started the wedding plan. She's going to be bridezilla, because my sister can be an angry person sometimes. So I'll steer clear of that. And it's like friends as well, because Ryan, her fiance, was actually one of my best friends, and then they got together. So I'm like Ross, and they're Monica and Chandler, except I'm much funnier than them.
Oh man, not a Friends guy?
No, I like Friends. I mean,
or was that a reference to you being funnier than your sister and her fiance?
Yes, it was. I'm much funnier than those two. Shaylee's a very angry person for a lot of the time, and Ryan is incredibly lame. Ryan just makes a lot of puns. That's Ryan's shtick.
Well, there's a place for people like that.
Yeah, away from me. So I am gonna be watching the Rumble. I'm sure are you watching Rumble with friends this year? Or are you watching?
No, I'll be at work.
Oh, you're a little. Yeah, I forgot you work those days.
I know.
Can't you just request it's like Australia Day and you can have it off?
If it wasn't like 3 days from now, maybe.
Be like, it's Australia Day. Can I have that off, please? Australia Day is the 26th.
I'm definitely requesting off for WrestleMania, though.
Oh, yeah, I've already told my boss. He already knows. He's like, I won't put you on WrestleMania Day. I'm like, yep, don't put me on WrestleMania Day. Probably don't put me on the day after either, because I kind of want to watch Raw. But I've got 2 weeks off up until WrestleMania. I've got 2 weeks off. He's like, do you want to have a couple weeks off just before Easter? I'm like, hell yeah, that's the lead into Mania, so I'm just going to watch a whole lot of wrestling. I'm excited. I'm all geared up for Mania this year. I'm ready. So Mania season is upon us, everybody. Next week, speaking of Mania, we have a very special episode. It's going to be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Josh Robinson 00. Mania to Mania. We got something different planned for this time, of course. If you haven't seen the tweet, me and Kevin are not going to be doing a Mania to Mania on a person. It's going to be a little different. We're going to be doing it on the Tag Team Championships from WrestleMania 2000 until WrestleMania 17, which is like prime tag team division wrestling in WWE, I guess. Well, at least a good time in it. We're going to look over every single title defense. So something different. When I told you about this, I believe your words were like, heck, or holy shit, or that's big.
I may have said either oh heck or holy fuck.
Yeah. It's something different. It's something that I wanted to do with Mania to Mania. I don't want this just to be like a cookie cutter, stick into one kind of format kind of show. It's different. Yeah. We're going to do different stuff, but I'm excited to go through that. So make sure you join us at 6 p.m. Eastern on January 30th if you're in the States, or if you're in my time zone, 9:30 Central Daylight Time here in Australia on the 31st. So you'll see all my info you need to see on my Twitter. And I'll be hyping that up all week. Also, I have a very special interview next week. Kevin is bummed that he's at work.
Bullshit.
But Kev, who did I gather up for an interview next week?
You booked the interview queen herself, Alicia, too.
Yeah, I did, and I'm so excited. It's going to be a very special late week edition of the Josh Robinson Show. So no Josh Robinson Show on Tuesday next week, guys. You're going to get it on Thursday instead. I'm so excited to chat with Alicia. She is just seems like a lovely, lovely, lovely person to talk with. We're going to talk music and we're going to talk wrestling and we'll blend it nicely in together. I'm very excited to have this chat, and I'm just like, we don't really do a lot of interviews. I don't really claim this to be an interview show. But
it's not. I mean, the strength of our show, and this has been echoed to us by our colleagues, is that is our back and forth.
Yes.
No offense to anybody that comes on the show, but like, we are the show. We run the show.
I think it's our personalities, because essentially we're just doing what everybody else does, really, just talking about wrestling. But
yeah, but we just do it weirdly.
Yeah, we just do it in our own unique kind of way. But I'm very, 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 very excited to chat with Alicia, because she just is a brain that I like to pick, because she just seems like she's just very... The way she approaches things is very different, and I just like that. And she's built herself a little brand, and it's like, hell yeah. You do you, Alicia. Interview queen. So I'm excited about that. So next week you'll get that. Please, of course, continue to give us a like and everything on YouTube. Also, speaking of YouTube, I did something huge for Josh Plays that I didn't think I'd ever do something that long, for one. And I didn't think I'd ever go outside of the bubble of just like being like, I'm just going to play this and you just watch. I actually put some effort into Josh Plays this week. I did 14 different WWE games, 14 different Royal Rumble matches. I entered at number 1, and I just went with the idea of how many victories I can get from the number 1 spot in each of these games. It's a long video, guys, but it's a nice little warm-up for Royal Rumble. 6.5 hours worth of Josh Plays just got uploaded, and I didn't think I'd get as much love as I did from it, but I'm like, hey, if you just want more of this kind of stuff from me, a little bit more of like creative juices flowing for me, by all means, let me know on Twitter. It's a long video. You even quote tweeted it. You just wrote, holy shit.
Yeah, we just want to make you work harder.
Yeah, honestly. I don't care if it works hard, if there's a little bit of like love and I don't know, everyone seeks some kind of validation in a weird way. But I'm like, wow, people are actually watching this. Like, I'm like, hell yeah, it got uploaded yesterday, and I'm like, oh, my views are actually nice with this video, so that's nice. But it is long, I understand that, but oh man, it took me so long to record and edit that. The 2K20 video, right? Here's a little behind the scenes for you. I recorded it 5 times because it kept crashing.
Oh, really? Damn.
It's my 5th try recording the 2K20 video.
Okay.
But
at least
hey,
you got it.
It got it, and I did them all. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but go to my YouTube if you want to watch that. But continue all the sharing and the subscribing and the liking to all of our stuff. Follow us on Twitter. You know where to get us at this point. All the links are in the description. And I guess we'll see you next week on Twitch. Anything else you want to add before we go, Kev?
No, not really.
Awesome. That's
keep on keeping on, everybody. Stay positive.
Oh my god, you sound like you're writing in someone's yearbook. You rock. Don't ever change.
You rock. Don't ever change. Keep in touch. XOXO. Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. Awesome. Well, happy Australia Day, everybody. From this Australian to others and to the world.
This Australian.
Yeah, well, and to the world. Listen, Australia's. We've been through the ringer the last month or couple of months, so we needed just a day to celebrate Australia. So, fuck yeah, Australia. Good on you, mate. I don't know. Peace out, everyone.